What really makes no sense?
Insurance. My doctor says I need this procedure. I ask my insurance if it's covered. They say no, it's not needed. I tell them a medical doctor told me I need this. They said in their opinion I don't. I ask if they are a medical doctor. They say no. And there are people out there who defend this.
Your doctor will probably end up calling the insurance company themselves and request a peer-to-peer discussion, but the doctor on the insurance's end is usually in a totally different specialty and out of the loop, so they end up spending 45 minutes trying to explain to a retired pediatric nephrologist why you need an MRA of the brain and carotids. Not bitter at all.
The Weather Channel website's 10-day weather forecast shows the weather forecast for 15 days. I know in the grand scheme of things, it's completely unimportant, but it bugs me a lot.
If you have time, go to the AccuWeather site and look at their extended forecast. According to them, it will be partly cloudy on October 29th with evening showers. I'm not lying, they go even further than that.
Why kernel is pronounced kernel.
Link. Etymology is fascinating.
A random video with political implications gets 10,000 views, and suddenly it's being quoted by all major media companies as proof of how serious things have become.
Nothing pisses me off like a trusted news source quoting tweets with 12 RTs as if it means something.
This is super niche, but having family, other than husband, spouse, whatever, in the room while you have a baby. Every woman I know felt obligated to do this and then regretted it after. And #X200B. They can see the baby after you get home, either the next day or the next week. Edit. I'm in the United States. No, I cannot speak for the entire United States on this issue.
But they can never unsee a human popping out of you.
Needing 5 or more years of experience for an entry-level job.
Or 20 years of experience for 5 years old software.
Asking about pay and stuff related when applying, interviewing for a job and how it's looked down on to do that. Like the most fundamental purpose of this job is to be paid money.
I applied for a job and when they got back to me I asked them what the pay was like. They replied with, "It depends on the experience." I had emailed my resume and that's why they emailed me back, but I still couldn't get an answer. I didn't respond and accepted a job that straight up told me what they would pay me before I had to ask.
How political corruption is recognized but never punished.
That's because they run everything.
Sending your CV and filling in the exact details on their application page.
I've actually finally seen one online application where you could either attach your CV or fill in the info, not both. It was so fast.
How some cartoon characters wear a shirt, but no pants. Then their colleagues wear nothing at all. Pick a side.
* Donald Duck never wears pants. But when he gets out of the shower he ties a towel around his waist. I mean, what is up with that? * Scientology.
And how they buy these big buildings that they just leave empty.
How come in all the Christmas movies, the adults don't believe in Santa, yet not only is he an actual entity in the context of the film, but he's the one putting presents under the tree? Like, where do they think the presents come from? They didn't put them there. It's like not believing in the mailman or something. It doesn't make sense.
Hate to break it to you, but your mailman is just one of your parents in a costume.
Celebrity worship.
Yeah, I was reading a few comments from the Make-A-Wish question last week, and just reading people's reactions to seeing actors etc. gave me some perspective on why some actors go off the rails.
If both Goofy and Pluto are both dogs, how can one talk and the other one can't?
Is Mickey keeping a mentally handicapped dude as a pet? Link.
Why do banking hours still exist? It is all computers. Put the money in my account today, not tomorrow when the bank opens.
It's mostly because the banks collect all daily transactions and then do a net transaction on a daily basis.
Not putting the salary on a job description. Why would I take the time to apply if I don't know what you're going to pay me? At least give me a ballpark figure.
This is changing, but I suspect the main reason is they don't want current employees to know how much they are willing to pay the new person. Which is unfair IMO.
What bothers me is when they ask for an interview beforehand or have a very long application process.
You can break a bone and it will heal on its own, but if you develop a little cavity, you must get it filled.
I never considered that. I'm glad it's not the other way around. We're relieved that we don't have to fill cavities in our ribs or anything.
How nobody caught John Wilkes Booth. The dude shoots the President of the United States in a crowded theater, leaps down onto the stage screaming, "Sic Semper Tyrannis," and breaks his leg upon landing. How did no one in the crowd he broke his leg diving in to stop the dude from limping out of the building? Edit. I'm aware Booth was eventually caught. I just meant it seemed weird that nobody caught him at the scene of the crime. But lots of folks have explained what happened and why, and it makes a lot more sense. Thanks.
Didn't they think it was part of the show?
People misusing apostrophes, rather than leaving them out altogether.
I put random punctuation at the end of my sentences so people can use them as they see fit. Comma dot comma semicolon dot single quote. Edit. Holy cow. I was not aware of Timothy Dexter, but apparently I was the only one. Thanks to everyone for educating me and for the awards. Not sure they are deserved, but hey, I'll take it. Comma semicolon.
F-ing health insurance. We're paying hundreds of dollars a month and you refuse to pay for any of my healthcare visits? WTF?
F yeah, and they choose not to pay for certain meds of mine. Health insurance is a effing racket, and I firmly believe that health insurance execs inhabit the lowest rungs of hell when they die. Edit. Motherfurs.
The fact that I am a bunch of molecules and I know that bundle of molecules is me. But a rock is also a bundle of the exact same molecules, just in different combinations, and it doesn't know anything. That makes no freaking sense at all.
How do you know the rock doesn't know anything?
Why do I see some people capitalizing every word in a sentence? Seems like a waste of time.
Even worse is I have friends who capitalize words at complete random.
Why the classic 40-hour, 5-day-a-week work week is still a thing for most desk jobs. It seems like every few months, years, there's a study that comes out saying how no productivity is lost only working 4 days a week, yet here we are still working 5 days a week, only being productive for like 4 hours a day, and wasting our lives.
I waste so much time at work, lol.
Magnets. Like, I get water, air, fire, and earth. But magnets? How do they work?
Cracking an ice-cold Faygo right there with you on this one.
Why it takes 3 business days to get my money back.
It takes 3 business days either direction. When you buy something at a store, it feels like the store gets your money instantly because you essentially lose it instantly from the credit-debit account. However, in reality the store has to wait a certain time before they actually receive the funds, something like 3 business days. When they return money, the opposite happens, the store loses the money instantly, but you have to wait 3 business days before it arrives.
Expected to work 5 days and rest only 2. If that.
My manager was saying to me the other day that he was going to have to do some work over the weekend. He just dropped it in casually, but seemed a bit regretful about it, like he'd rather not have to do it. The thing is that he always makes a point of checking that everyone is keeping up with their work okay, and shuffling things around if someone is stressed. It makes me sad for him, but also grateful that I seem to have found the one manager in the world that is both competent and a decent human being, but then also worried that if I ever get to his level, one will have to give up my weekends. It's a complex feeling. Long story short, I don't feel like the weekend is anywhere near long enough as it is, and I don't want to have to give up more of it to get on in life. The universe itself, at the most fundamental levels. Our minds have been shaped to be able to understand the level of reality we deal with on a daily basis, our sensory input, cause and effect relationships that are reliable and logical, and a sense of time moving forward in a straight line. All of these ways of thinking hold up in our own reality and helped humans thrive and conquer our natural world, cooperate in groups and build complex societies and technology. Yet none of these thinking tools can stretch to make any intuitive sense of the origins of the universe, for example, be it an infinite process with no beginning or having a start point that itself lacks a cause. We may never really grasp quantum levels of existence, and there may be other planes or aspects of the universe that our brain is just fundamentally too limited to be able to fathom.
The concept of the universe having an age, that it hasn't been around forever, makes no sense. But also the idea of the universe having been around forever makes even less sense. It's the ultimate paradox.
Working 40 to 60 hours a week your whole life and still having trouble buying groceries.
The Chewbacca defense.
It's basically making an argument that has nothing to do with the facts of the case but presenting it as if it were the most important aspect of the trial.
Kids' pageants. Most of them are forced by their parents, and it looks like an awful childhood upbringing.
Full of diddlers too.
We had rocks, earth and water, and now we've got internet.
I think there's a couple steps missing there.
Why are most cartoon suns drawn wearing sunglasses? What exactly are they protecting their eyes from?
Well, they are called *sun* glasses for a reason.
Tax fillings in the USA. Honestly, it's stupid. Like, Gov knows how much we make and we still need to file it correctly. If we don't file it correctly, then we are either a tax evader or we would have to pay a poo-ton back to the Gov.
How much do I owe? And #X200B. We're not telling. And #X200B. So you don't know? And #X200B. Oh, we do, but you tell us. And if you get it wrong, we send you to jail.
Sean is pronounced Sean.
How 70 to 80-year-olds aren't qualified for any job, yet we let them run the country.
An 18-year-old American can live by themselves, if they can afford it, go into thousands of dollars worth of debt, join the military, even buy a gun. But it is illegal for them to have a effing beer.
Don't forget they can also vote in elections that decide the collective future of our cities and country, but no drinking.
The saying, "I slept like a baby." So you woke up crying multiple times 'cause you're hungry and poo your pants?
This is based off of less than a second of research, but I believe the phrase is in reference to the fact that they have no stress and no responsibility.
The bathroom stalls in America. They offer zero privacy. If I wanted to be seen by everyone while peeing, I would do so right outside the stall.
If I happen to be in a public bathroom stall and I hear someone else come in the room, I always flush so they know that stall is occupied. Never works. They still come back, jiggle the door and look through the crack. Effing annoying. Edit. Just for clarification, the only time I use bathroom stalls is at work since I'm there for such long periods of time. Whoever did the construction on the building I work in made some questionable choices. The doors are long and heavy, meaning that you can't really see feet unless you kneel damn near to the floor. I've tried and I can see feet in the first stall when I first walk in, but the other two, not at all. And the doors are heavy enough that they will never stay open, just swing shut, so you can never tell if they are empty or being used. There are 3 stalls total. The first 2 are tiny, so I understand why no one wants to use those. So, everyone immediately goes straight for the last stall, because it's about twice the size as the others. That's why I flush when I hear people coming in, hoping that they can get it through their effing heads that the stall is being occupied. Maybe I should just start coughing wildly to give them another alert that they don't need to jiggle the door or look through the cracks. Also, when I hear them walking my way, I just put my head down so I don't make eye contact with them, because that's super uncomfortable and more reason why I hate using public bathrooms.
When people really hate on someone for their taste of music or film because we don't really control what we like. If we did, I would train myself to find kale delicious and love runs.
Thank you for watching. We upload new videos every day, so be sure to come back for more fun. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the video.